Hey everybody, Derek here to bring you another video for The Walking Dead Season 5. And today what I want to do is a video just going back to Carol and her threatening Sam last night and really wondering, is there any hope for Carol to basically become an adjusted survivor or become someone better in the community? Um, you know, Carol is definitely an amazing character. I have enjoyed seeing what they have done with her, and many of us have as well. But you know, what is so amazing about Walking Dead is just when I think they can't surprise me about some character, they do it. If you look back at my videos beforehand, I said that I thought they jumped the shark with Carol the moment that she, attacked the terminus. I didn't think they could do anything else with Carol. I thought Carol was on the chopping block. She was going to die by the mid-season finale. I really thought it. And then, bam, they have taken her to a whole new level. It's just amazing. And I really thought, I reflected on, I thought about how shocked I was when Carol threatened Sam, and just thinking about the progress of this character and is there really any hope for her? Because we all know that Carol has done a lot of terrible things. Not that anybody hasn't done terrible things. I mean, we can't really say that anybody's innocent in this world, but when you think about, if I had to rank who is definitely the deadliest character or the one who is the most, unethical, if you want to call it that, I look at it as Carol. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, okay? Um, Carol is definitely somebody that I wonder what they can continue to do with her now that they've kind of taken her on this path. This all started, pretty much since Ed and Sophia died. We have seen Carol evolve a lot as a character. Losing Ed and losing Sophia. In season 3, we saw her in a more, front position, where she was taking charge. She wasn't afraid anymore. And, when we got to season 3, and I'll never forget, the moment that Andrea was at the prison, and it doesn't click until later, when she does some of these things, when Carol kind of suggested, hey, you know what I would do? I'd go home, I would make love to the governor, and then while he's sleeping, I'd slit his throat. I mean, I was like, whoa, that's not a bad idea, Carol. Where'd you come up with that one? Did you think about that every night when you were with Ed? Makes you wonder, you know, how much she really was capable of even before, you know. And I think that her experiences with Ed, being abusive in the way he was, kind of lends itself to Carol a little bit, where Carol almost, in a sense, absorbs that controlling aspect of her own life, not necessarily of others, but she is able to see, I think, how Ed manipulated her, and I think that it lends to how she is now, because now that she's in control of herself and what she does, I think she uses that to her benefit. And we saw that, when she killed Karen and David, we saw a woman that really is willing to do whatever it takes. And I said that last night in my review. And I still think that that's true. And it is what makes Carol the most dangerous character, I think, on the show. Because even Rick has his limits. You know that. We've seen many times where Rick could have done something, but he didn't. And whether that's for the benefit of his own soul or the benefit of his own well-being, the benefit for Carl, or, his belief of what the world should be, or that it can become better, even at his worst, Rick has not done as bad of things as Carol, in my opinion. I mean, bad being like, whoa, shocking, or, having a different outlook. You know, I don't think that Rick ever would have killed Karen and David. And I think he even says that himself. He's like, look, I would never ever kill someone in the group like that. I mean, even with Shane, I mean, let's face it, there was justification in his mind for Shane because Shane was trying to kill Rick. I mean, we can see this. But Karen and David, it's a little more different. We've always known that. It's yes, they could have potentially, made other people sick, but there's also a chance that maybe they could have lived. And, we saw that Carol was willing to do anything to survive and, for the greater good. I think that it is in some instances her thinking, well, if I do this, it's for the greater good. If I kill Karen and David, then it's for the best for everybody. If I kill Lizzie, it's for the best for me, Tyrese, and, Judith, because she's an insane little girl. That's her thinking, I think. Um, and I think that it's just her way of surviving. It's doing what it takes. I don't know what Rick would have done. I often thought about that. If Rick was in that position and he would have seen what Lizzie did, what would he have done? No clue. And we can speculate on that forever, but we're never going to know. And Carol breaking into Terminus, just that was justified. I mean, honestly, I mean, that wasn't the worst thing that she did, but it's just that it makes her so much tougher and also demonstrates that she is willing to, take on different kinds of roles. And that's what it, to me it is Carol is able to adapt and change, I feel, with her environment. She can be a protector when it's necessary, but she can also, be a smart, strategist when it comes to how do I attack a group of people? Oh, I know how to do this. Bam, great. She can change that role into, soldier in a sense, but then also to being the homemaker, the one who uh, can blend in. And that's the thing. Like, I knew something was up the first moment that she, went into the community and was like, oh, I was just this nice little homemaking, woman, just didn't really have a lot of strength, none of that. Rick's group just protected me. What? Carol? I was like, yeah, that's not the whole story. But I don't blame her for coming out and saying, everything that she's done. I mean, we really didn't get to see all of the interviews. I mean, yeah, Rick's admitted to killing people to Deanna, but I don't really know how much Deanna knows about what this group has been through or what they've done to survive. I don't know how much she knows. In the comics, they kind of, elaborated a little more on that, but, they never really came out and said what was going on. And I often wondered, what would have happened if Carol would have said that, yeah, I killed two people because they were sick and could have contaminated people. I killed a little girl who was insane because otherwise she would have killed me. She loved walkers. She was obsessed with walkers. I had to do it. Would they have been understanding? I don't know. You know, what is the definition between being too dangerous for the community versus understanding that you had to do things to survive? But where's the boundary? A lot of people have that boundary. Um, and I feel like Carol, in a way, just continues to become someone different. And I mean, just the way that she threatened Sam. I thought, this is a woman who loved her daughter when she was alive and would have done anything to protect her. And here she is. There's a kid that's coming in to ask her for some cookies and, sees her, hiding the guns. And then all of a sudden she's like, well, you can't tell anybody. And if you do, I'm going to take you outside of the walls and tie you up. And you'll be so far out that nobody will hear you scream up, but someone will. But no one will help. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. And again, they continue to take Carol to different stages when I didn't think that they could. and they still do. Um, and one of the things that I again, the big point is there hope for Carol? And I really don't know, and I kind of want to open up the forum. Whoever wants to put an input in the comments, please do, because this is still something that I'm confused about. Because I feel like Carol has her moments, and she does show that she is a caring individual. But is there anything that she wouldn't be willing to do to survive? And that's scary in a way, because having like those limitations can help. Even though it may, you know, hurt you or kill you in the end, having those limitations is definitely possibly for the greater good of people. Kind of like Tyrese. Yeah, he died, but showing that there are people out there who are only willing to go so far gives hope for the world. But if you're a person who is able to do whatever you can or willing to do whatever you want to survive, is that really giving hope for the world? And I wonder, is there a way for Carol to come back? And I just don't think. Where is the limit? What is the limit that she will do? And I also wonder what'll happen when people find out, because I don't think that Rick's group would force her out again. Like I don't think Rick would try that again. I think that he's realized that Carol is somebody that he needs on his side at this point. Because when you're up against people, you need someone in your group that is willing to do the things that you don't want to do. You see a lot of that on TV. I often look at Sons of Anarchy and I think that, Tig or Happy, were one of those characters that did the dirty work for the club at times, the things that other people could not do. And it was something that they needed those people there for that. And other shows are the same way, where you have people who, kill others because it doesn't matter to them, or that they can torture people and not blink an eye. It's just what they can do. And Carol is that person. Carol is that person that if Rick looks at somebody and goes, yeah, that person's got to go, but I can't do it. Hey, Carol, do you want to? And maybe that might be something that could happen. Where Carol is put in a position where somebody could become a threat or pose a threat, or somebody has to do something terrible, but Carol's the one that can do it because Carol, it doesn't matter. But I also wonder if there will come a time where Carol will hit that barrier, that realization of, oh my God, what have I done? And I don't know if she's hit it yet, even though it's been hard. I mean, I don't think this stuff rolls off her back. No way it does. But still being able to do it is still showing that it's possible, that, she can do this. But is there going to come a time where she's going to have to do something, or something's going to come her way and she realizes that this is the line. This is the line she can't step over. And I don't know. I can only imagine what's going to happen when Jesse finds out. I mean, I will be shocked if they don't reveal this. I think that this is one of the things that can separate the group. If they know that somebody is willing to threaten the child for their own well-being, this may come as a shock to other people in the group. And it may have further repercussions for Carol. That Carol may become somebody who is, a loner in the community by, them, by the other Alexandria Safe Zone people. And can Carol really find her place in the community? I don't know. And especially when this news comes out, because I think Sam's going to tell one way or another, or he's going to admit it after the fact. Like if Rick does use that gun to kill Pete, then I think that Sam's going to be like, I got my dad killed because I didn't say anything, because I kept my mouth shut, and my dad's dead now. That might happen. No doubt in my mind that could happen, and that could come out after the fact. And then what's going to happen with Carol? I mean, I think this particular moment itself is going to be the thing that really sets people apart. That's really going to put that rift in between Rick's group and the people in the community. is knowing that what Carol did prevented this boy from telling anybody, and as a result, people got killed. I think it will happen. And it's going to be terrible when it does. But I don't know. I really think that Carol again is continuing to become an amazing character, but I really do wonder what is her limit? What is the thing that is going to either bring her to realization or hit that wall that she can't come back from, or what will they do with her from here? Because I don't think it's going to be good, and I think it does provide story for her that they can carry on into season 6. But I don't know. It's a tough thing to wonder, but I'm just stunned, and I'm still stunned and excited at the same time too that they're proving me wrong. I like it when I'm proven wrong. I like being able to look at the TV screen and going, you know what? I don't know what's going on, and I don't know everything that they're doing, and they continue to stun me. And because of that, I still know this show is good and worth watching, and I can't wait for next week, and I can't wait to see how this turns out. So please do not be afraid to leave your comments on this one. This is definitely something that I want some insight from people on. So please feel free to share. Feel free to subscribe as well. I do have more videos coming. If you guys have any video topics that you would like to suggest, do not be afraid to do so. I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and thank you very much for watching.